video.
Oh yeah,
How come there's no video?
Breezy has always been like I told him Rumor stole his, the dude Rumor that's got the song to Rascal Flats that
Dude,
he has the ski.
let me tell you something, okay?
Okay.
Jeezy, you've been doing this to me for years. All that hip hop you listen to,
Oh,
I don't know none of them cats. Okay,
okay.
I'm strictly
I
old
gotta
school.
I gotta
Okay,
send it to you. But Rumor wears a ski mask, right? And he does like he did a cover of
oh, like West Side Gun.
yeah, they did their video together.
See, so Breezy, you should have a ski mask on, like West Side Gun or something. We got this avatar. It is like it's the generic avatar. You didn't even upload a picture of a game character or something on that.
I'm working on something. I'm working on something.
Do a little doodle or something. Come on.
He had the shark, but we had to take it down because Baby Shark. We had to retire. We had
That
retired.
another rapper I don't know about, Shark.
No, Baby Shark was his song. What up, Loader High?
This is cute little song that like it done took over.
All right.
Yeah.
Powered by StreamYard. I've never heard of StreamYard. Who's this dude?
This is Loader High. He been begging. I'm trying to tell you, bro. He been coming over and Breezy.
Is that person actually? Are they there?
Yeah, they there. They've been waiting on this.
Because that looks like a lower thirds that I'm looking at.
No, they're not. They're in the chat, and I brought the chat up.
Where's the chat?
The chat is on the right hand side. It should be on the right hand side. The comments, banners, brand, private chat, all of that is over. That's the private chat. Yeah, that's the private chat. But the comment section is where you type in.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, how do I comment? Do I got to sign in?
No, you should be able to type in down there unless it tells you.
No, I can only type in chat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if I sign in, then I can type in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is what Google made up basically when they shut down Google.
Wait, this is StreamYard's Google's?
Yeah, they bought the company. It's
get the fuck. Do you swear on the show?
Yeah. We
fuck shit, bitch, your mama's dick, all that shit.
Yeah, good.
Now I can speak freely. Great.
Yeah. This is where we cut loose over
here.
Fucking
hey, man.
So, hey, y'all, it's Beatz and Biz Podcast. It's Big KILLZONE on your phone, but money still long, and the team is forever, ever strong. This is the one y'all all been waiting for. Loader High, especially, he been blowing me up, asking me for this podcast. Like I had to get Big T on the podcast because me and Torrance, he was one of the guys that in the beginning of this whole thing, kind of inspired Breezy, along with like Hip Hop Gamer and the Coalition and some other cats that were Analog Hype, League 4 Play, all these brothers that kind of started the blacks in the gaming community. Shout out Gamer Tag Radio as well. We got my boy SERIZAKU. We got Breezy in the building once again. So you already know this is gonna be a crazy show. So I kind of want to start out with Torrance, kind of telling us who he is and bringing us up to speed for everybody who doesn't know. We know, of course, but Torrance, if you could tell us, not too long, because we still gonna do an interview later on, down the line. I know you're a busy man, but like bring us through your ascension in infamy in the video game industry.
All right. So for those who don't know, I know I look like I'm in my 30s, but I'm 50 years old, so I've been around a long time. I was around before there were home video consoles, so I started on the Fairchild F, then the Atari 2600, ColecoVision, NES, Sega Master System, all the way up to PlayStation 5 and all that you have here. Me and my cousin, because of our love for video games, we used to write reviews and send them back and forth to each other. Then we started I forgot what they called them back then, a fanzine, I guess, a real paper fanzine, and then we decided to do a magazine. So we did a magazine called Video Game Time, published it back in 1995, brought it to the first E3 with us, and then from there we turned it into a video game site, VGT.com. Did that for several years, and then started the bitbag.com, which was technology and video games. Did that for about 4 or 5 years, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then my boy Anthony pushed me to take his domain and create shutthefuckupandplay.com. So I did that, STFU and play. Did 400 episodes of Video Game Warzone, which was my podcast. Started back in 2008 due to my love for radio, and just recently finished it. Did the last episode beginning of this year, I think it was, episode 400, and that's that. Not doing that anymore.
Oh man,
But I occasionally appear on podcasts like The Throwdown, and I do Good Morning Gamer, which is my YouTube video thing I do whenever I get a hair across my ass. And here I am, and I've published 2 books, and yeah.
Okay, so yeah, me and Torrance go way back. You know, about going on almost 10 years now. I met Torrance because I went from the video game show here in St. Louis. That was the original podcast. Back they started that back in like 2001, 2002. Shout out to Richard Kraft. We've been trying to get them on Rich on the show for the longest, but he's big busy, you know what I'm saying, too. So eventually we'll get him on, and then that's where I met Dre, and you know, from RealOtakuGamer.com, Andre Tipton. And then that's how I met Swift, and then through Swift and Dre, and I met you, and then through you, I met Hip Hop. I met Andrea Renee, Malik Foreplay. You know, did my first interview with Jason David Frank. That was like my first not my first interview. The first interview was with Hip Hop Gamer, then F. Millie from the Coalition, then A.B. Frazier or King Cap from the Coalition. And then my first big interview was with Jason David Frank from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and that was when I was with STFU and Play. So, from there, you know, we were on STFU and Play, and then of course started to throw down with Tony Polanco and them, and communications kind of broke down, and everything kind of started falling apart from that. And then I transitioned into this is answering your question, Tor, just to give everybody up to speed. I transitioned over to Real Gamer News with John, and you know, me and him had parted ways, but that was when we saw each other at PAX East. And you know, in the last few years, Tor, I kind of went through this change. Like I grew up a lot in the last like 6-7 years. I grew up a whole lot. I kind of, you know, I was going through like relationship, trying to find Lady Killzone, but it ain't gonna be no Lady Killzone. Whoever I'm with going forward, they gonna be them, and this is my domain. You know,
so
what
you're
I'm
looking
saying?
for like a Bayonetta.
No, I mean, I kind of realized what you and shout out to Darius Robbins over at MAXX Global. Like I had to get focused. Like, you know, you said it, Breezy said it, Serizaku said it, Darius has said it, and you know what I'm saying? It has been some like I said, it was kind of some bad blood throughout the years, but I mean that kind of stemmed from a mixture of, I guess, people getting frustrated because they realized like once I got focused, like what was gonna happen. Like I remember Tony like because Loda High came and told me the reason why we even did this. Shout out to Loda High. He actually was trying to get us to all come back together. Like he wants like me, you, Hip Hop, the Coalition, Analog Hype. What's the other dudes that was with I forget their name off the top of my head. They had a podcast. I can't even remember, and I'm cool with one of them. But
podcast where? What site?
I forget the name of it. They're gonna kill me, but I'm friends.
Which site was it? Coalition? Shut the fuck up.
No, it was another site that was like a sister site that
Games on Smash?
Yeah, Games on Smash. Yeah.
You know they came back, right?
Oh, they back?
They came back, did a podcast called First Player, I think it was called.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh shit, they're back. And I think they did like 4 or 5 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And then that was it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I was just saying, like, he wanted Loda High wanted us to all come back. So I said, man, I see if I could reach out to Tory because we not really, you know what I'm saying, we not really on good terms, and you know what I'm saying. I felt
Who's
like
not on good terms.
Well, mainly me. I mean, me. I'll say this: I got in touch with the coalition when I went to E3, and they kind of was trying to see if I came as press. I said no, I came as I did after doing PAX East. I was like, I don't think I want to experience E3 as press because I could have easily jumped on the site, easily work my way up.
Wait, why wouldn't you want to experience E3 as press?
Because it's like it was my first time going, and then
what? Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Here's why you want to. If you're gonna go to E3, if you're gonna go through all that, go to E3. You want to go as press because you're creating content. Yeah, and as press, you're gonna get access to that content. You're gonna get behind. If you don't go as press, you ain't getting behind that door.
Oh yeah, all right.
They'll schedule you in and get you behind that door so you can see Spider-Man 2. And at least talk about it, but if you don't have press, you ain't even gonna see the shit. You just gonna be reading on other people's websites and shit.
Exactly, but that's why I had to get my weight up, and that's what I've been doing now. Like the channel is getting ready to be remonetized. I figured out.
Like you gained any weight to me.
Who said that?
You said you had to get your weight up. You want to stay healthy, man. You want to be doing this.
I had to get my weight up, meaning like on.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and so. Cause back then I didn't feel like I could do it, and me and Breezy had this conversation, like, cause he went through his own growing pains with the website he was on, and I'll let Breezy speak on that.
But I ain't got nothing to talk about.
I mean, but like it was kind of one of them things where I was just like, you know what?
Hey, I got a quick question. Is this simulcasting to YouTube, or do you post it on YouTube later?
It's on YouTube now. It's on. I'm getting there. I got to get I'm getting ready to get a new PC next week. So for Black Friday. So I'm going to put this. It's up on YouTube at that second link that I sent you. So like,
oh, that's right. You sent me the link. That's right.
Yeah. Don't trust that on that number at the top because it gets cracking. It gets lit here and there.
What are you talking about?
Up top, because we had people up in there, and then my uploads have been going.
Oh, dude, I ain't worried about numbers.
Yeah, I mean, because I think they know I know that I figured out this algorithm, and I'll share it with you. So if you do decide to bring the Warzone back, and
I'm not bringing the Warzone back.
Oh man,
it died. Poor.
What up, Bubba? It died. I don't think it died. I think you was in a renaissance with the Warzone, though, T. Because I feel like you brought the show, you got the show where you wanted it, and I felt like, and I felt like you were kind of on a wave where you could bring the show more mainstream. Like it was back then. We was going crazy. We was up 3.5 hours on a Friday night.
There were some 5-hour nights.
Oh man!
I would go to bed as the sun was rising with a headache. I wasn't getting any sleep back then. It was driving me crazy.
Going in, but so I want to talk to y'all about something because now that we got the gang is all here. Because, well, actually, hold on. I got to ask you a question, and I want Breezy to jump in and Serizaku to jump in. Why was it that you had pushed like so hard on people like Jeff Keighley, Kotaku, like, and then when when Gamergate came along, and everything that you said kind of just came to pass, like the payola, the sexual harassment, all of that start coming to the light. And then you was like Gandalf, where you was like, look, I gotta let the hobbits take it over. I didn't went as far as I can go. I done stood on the bridge of Balrog. I done left the staff up, and now I'm falling down, and I gotta save myself. I'm gonna let them keep going.
Follow you fools.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. So
Well, okay, so you always used to get on my case when I got on Keely and go talk shit and all those. So you always there was always a comment coming from you, Torrance. Why leave them alone, man? Do your thing. Here's why I get pissed off at those sites. This is why I always had some shit to say about them. I'll start off with Jeff Keighley. Now I'll say this. I actually respect Jeff Keighley for what he's done in the business, all the stuff he's done. He's the reason why I used to go to game trailers. He's got an official award show for video games. I respect all the stuff he's done. Here's what I don't like about him. Okay, so he used to do that show, that round table. Remember the round table? Where's your video?
Yeah, I remember that.
He used to do the round table, right? Not a single black journalist on that show except for Ngai Kroll. Okay, he's the only dude he used to bring on the show. So the thing that pissed me off is that Hip Hop Gamer would see Jeff Keighley at these events, and he'd ask him, put me on the round table with you guys, and Jeff would just fucking beat around the bush and say, yeah, whatever. He never put him on the show. He never put any other black journalists on that show. He never put any other people on that show except Ngai Kroll. And I don't really like Ngai. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but
no, let it cook.
I got issues. I got issues with Ngai, and I got real issues with him. Okay, but I feel that the only reason I hate even saying this shit. I really hate saying this. The only reason Ngai was on that show because he was fucking cooning with all those fucking guys. And that's why he was on that show. He was like friends with them, and it's just whatever. So I didn't like Keely for that reason because, and I'm not saying he should have put hip hop on. There's a lot of other black journalists, a lot of other people of color in the industry. He never had them on the show. It was always the same fucking people, right? It's his show. He could do what he wants. But when I saw hip hop talking to him at these events and engaging with this guy and trying to get on the show, and he would never put him on the show. I was like, what the fuck is up with this guy? Why is he even having a conversation with hip hop? Why is he leading him on thinking he's going to get on the show? I tried to tell hip hop that. I'm like, hip hop, don't listen. Don't believe they're going to put you on the show.
But then they gave him they gave him a job though.
No,
put him.
Keely didn't do shit for hip hop. He never did anything for hip hop.
But hold on, Tor. Why didn't you, when we were at the Titanfall panel, you was looking at him, he was looking at you, you was looking at him, he was looking at you, he stayed, but it was just me, you, and him in the auditorium before his people came and grabbed him. And I was like, Tor, go say something to him. No, he see me. He know what's up. And I was trying to figure out back then. Now it makes sense.
With the Titanfall panel,
we were sitting on the front row. He said, no, JEEZY, I'm sitting on the front row. He gonna see me.
Wait, was this at E3?
It was at PAX East. It was at
PAX East. Okay.
You said I'm sitting on the front row.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like, well, here's my thing, and I used to get on hip hop about this too because hip hop treated other journalists like they were celebrities. I'm like, stop putting these dudes on a pedestal. I mean, it's cool to say what's up and everything, but he put them on a fucking pedestal. I'm like, stop putting these cats on a pedestal. You do the same. They're doing the same work you're doing. Like I like Jeff Gershman and the Giant Bomb Crew. I used to fuck with them every time I saw him. I used to say what's up to Ryan Davis because we got the same last name. Rest in peace, Ryan Davis. But
dang, he died.
Where you been, man? He died years ago. He died on his he had just gotten married and he was celebrating. It was really sad. I don't want to get into that, but anyway.
Wow.
I don't treat these dudes like celebrities. I treat them like I treat everybody else, but hip hop was putting them on a pedestal. Stop putting these dudes on a pedestal. Case in point, he met we were at, I think it was the EA event, and what's his name? What's the blonde-headed dude's name that fucked up the trophies on God of War? Adam Sessler.
Here we go.
We met Adam Sessler at there was a huge place was packed and this is hip hop's first E3. He's driving me crazy. I'm chasing him around. He's going all over. I'm like, hip hop. He sees Adam Sessler in the stairwell. So he runs up to him. Says hi. He says he loves G4 TV. He's talking about that, and he's like, yo, get me on G4 TV. And I'm like, here we go. I'm like, and Adam's got busy. He's got work to do. He's actually doing the show, so he doesn't really have time to talk to hip hop, whatever. He's like, yeah, whatever. And hip hop thinks Adam Sessler's gonna put him on G4. I'm like, hip hop, Adam Sessler is not putting you on fucking G4 TV. He don't know you from Jack. You know, you rolled up on him with your wrestling belt. He doesn't know who you are. You know, he ain't putting you on G4 TV. Just get that out of your head. Now, at the time, you know, hip hop was happy in the biggest shit. He really didn't understand where I was coming from, but later on, he finally got it. But that's that. And then you got sites like Kotaku. Kotak shit.
The one side I cannot stand.
Yeah. So, you know, they've stolen from us and not credited us. So we had to get on their case. They've stolen from us. IGN has stolen articles and news from us and not credited us.
They had a guy on IGN who recently got caught plagiarizing a whole review of Dead Cells.
Yep.
Multiple
And then
reviews, actually.
it's like they found out he did Dead Cells and they called him like, no, he also plagiarized this one, and this one.
Philip Munchkin or whatever the fuck his name is. Philip Mushin or Munchkin. Yep. He was bad. He was really bad. And so we got on IGN's case. We got on Kotaku because they were stealing because we were working hard. And when we had articles that were hitting big and getting lots of traffic, Kotaku, IGN, and the like would steal the articles from us. And it's okay if you go to a website, you see something hot, and you make a story on it, but you're always supposed to credit where you got the article. They didn't credit us. So we'd call them out on it until they gave us credit, and then they would update the article, and then they would give us credit for the article. So that's why I always call out Kotaku. Among the other things that they do that's bullshit, all the other bad journalism things that they've done in the past. So I always call them out for that. And she's like, why are you always getting on to Kotaku?
Well, but see, you didn't clue me in on all of that, and I was kind of lost in the dark, and that's why I was asking questions on the Warzone. You like, JEEZY, I'm finna mute you. I'm finna back. I'm like, but I wanted to know. Same thing I asked with them. It's like y'all was trying to keep me.
If you read my book, there's a section of my book where I have the email I sent to the guy who from IGN, I can't remember his name, who stole our article and didn't credit us. Everybody that was a fan of the site went to IGN and started commenting the article that they stole it from the Bitbag. And I sent him an email, and he responded and he apologized and he updated the article. That was cool and all, but the fact still remains that here you are, IGN, a writer for IGN. You're paid to do this job. You know how it works. You get an article from another webpage, you have to cite the webpage you got the article from and post a link to that website. This is journalism 101, internet journalism 101. The fact that you didn't do it from the outset is what really irked me. Yeah, you apologized and you fixed it, but after we came after you. Kotaku did the same thing. And I could not respect those sites after that. I used to go to Kotaku every day. Read their articles. After that shit, when Brian Crescente left Kotaku, they went to shit. They went to shit. Yep. So yeah, that's the story of those websites.
Wow. So now it all makes sense. So y'all want to jump in here and kind of
I mean, I have never Kotaku. They were okay for news, and now I'm just like, yeah, I don't even know why I come over here. It's always some bullshit. It's like, 90% of the time, this is not an opinion column. You're reporting the fucking news, okay? When your job is to report the news, I don't want to hear your fucking opinion. Give me the fucking story. I don't want to hear about how you feel about this game doing this, or why I need to do this or why I need to do that with this game. Fucking give me the news that everybody else has. You can't expect me to go like, well, I don't need to buy MK11 because of this or why this. I'm like, one, I was already buying it anyway. I'm just seeing what you got to say, but like, I didn't come here for an opinion. I came here for facts, not your feelings. Like if I want your opinion, I'll read the opinion column of the stuff that you have. I didn't come here for that, and that's my fucking problem with Kotaku. It's like, they want damn near all of their damn stuff to be the opinion column. It's like, no, that's not fucking good journalism. I'm not even a journalism, student for real. But you can't fucking ask me to, read the opinion column and it's all your regular shit. No. It's one or the other.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even I understand that.
They became SJWs of the world, always commenting on stuff and gee, Dark Souls is too hard and this and that. I'm like, what kind of fucking journalism is that? What are you talking about?
Dark Souls is not even that damn hard. It's trial and fucking error gameplay.
Yeah,
it's just people who haven't played anything on the fucking PlayStation 2 or found an easy way to beat something.
Mm-hmm.
They want it all to be fucking streamlined for them. Like, no, you need to think. Like, Dark Souls is a game of you need to think, and you need to also remember this controller costs $60.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to throw it.
Right.
Exactly. It was just one of them things that I just had a question on. Me and Breezy had a question on, and we saw it go down. But we didn't know it was that personal. Like, I remember that article, but I didn't remember that it was even deeper than that. Like, all of the disrespect and all that. But that was why I was so big on working. And then part of it, too, was, and that's why I feel like things happened the way it was, because I didn't believe I couldn't get there. Like, me and Breezy, we thought, like, we had to go work through y'all, because we seen, like, people like David Jagno. We seen Malik Foreplay. So we thought that was the way to do it. And we didn't know that we could get on here and grind like a Donde Thornton. Like, we didn't know, we saw it, but it was just like, damn, how did they just kind of blew up out of the blue? Like, they dropped a couple of videos and went viral. But go ahead and take it away, Bree.
I knew it about halfway through, but loyalty is what fucked me over.
That too,
because I started editing trailers together and uploading them to the site I wrote for his channel, and my edited trailers were the highest viewed videos on the channel, and are still the highest viewed videos on the channel. And I remember talking to the site owner multiple times about getting into Twitch, getting into YouTube streaming, and just getting more people involved on that front that already were on the site. And his idea was just getting people who are already doing YouTube gaming videos and bringing them on the site that really had no article experience or just how to even properly review games. And it was one of those things where I was like, why don't you get the people who already know how to do this, transition them to the more, what we see now, internet friendly side of bite-sized videos on YouTube or Twitch. And it was kind of like, no, I'm good on that. We don't need to be doing that. Or you guys handle that on your own. And it was just, it kind of pisses me off because some of the people I'm subscribed to, I'm not pissed as much as I used to be about it, but some of the people I'm subscribed to, some of the days, well, not days, but their channel creation date is within the same week I made the suggestion we switch. And now they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And some of them have already passed 1 million.
Really?
And it's like, I could have been one of those people if I would have just broke away. But it was like, no, this is somebody I'm like, air quotes, friends with. He looked out for me. I'm going to look out for him. I'm going to hold it down. And when it pretty much got down to the end where I was like, I don't know if I want to still do this, bro. He was like, okay, yeah, cool, bet.
It's like, yeah. And that's kind of how I felt with.
So
I felt that way with Dre, because and I'm gonna have Dre and Shell on here later on, because we're gonna do one of these topics that we're gonna talk about. I kind of felt that way with Dre, but I realized with Dre, he had a whole bunch of personal stuff going on, so I didn't really, me and him rap, and it was cool. I felt that way with Swift and with Rich and really with what's that boy name? Crip. You know what I'm saying? Because Crip, him and Tony and all them was getting together, and they was, that's when the diss songs came out. That's when the mixtape came out. I had the version because we would sit around. Because nobody took, like, everybody was upset that hip hop was blowing up, and that's why everybody wanted to get on. And I peeped it, and I said, "Hey, bro, we already fight." It's like the Gucci and JEEZY situation, right? We already fighting this war over here against, you know, the labels.
Wait a
or
minute,
the,
you got to a fight with Gucci, the label?
No. I'm saying we already facing all of this stuff that you standing in the gap for all of us and on the front line for all of us. And we got all this back and forth dissension and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, hip hop is saying it felt like to me when hip hop started blowing up and started bigging up everybody, bigging up Cap, bigging up you, this, that, and the third. And I knew about all of it. I didn't say a word because I figured they didn't have some words. We get into it. You know, me and Breezy, we'll get into it about something, and then a couple days later, it's just like that scene in Lean on Me when Morgan Freeman was talking to the principal and they was going back and forth with each other. So because I knew so much and I still know so much, it's like I'm like Drake with Kanye. I know all of the deep, dark secrets, and that's why I was so angry, and that's why I was pulling up.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Me under the bus because hip hop is blowing up. Now you want to ride dick. I mean, hold on. You want to ride dick, and it's like, man, come on. Like, you want to ride dick.
But this is what I tell you, JEEZY. This is all stuff that happened years ago.
Oh no, we good now.
And you're still talking about it.
No. I'm clearing the air because everybody been wanting to know the story. Where the hell? I don't look, man. It's like I said. I didn't hit 1 million views.
Let me tell you something. This is what I tried telling you before. Okay, so in my whole career doing this thing, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Whatever. I know that, like, when people truly piss me off, when they piss me off, I typically just write them off and I keep it going. Okay, yeah. You want to get down and dirty? Okay. So who's pissed me off? There have been people that I had working on the site that have pissed me off, that I wrote off. Okay. I wrote off Hated Greatness. Okay. I'm not even going to start listing the reasons of the stuff that he did that just infuriated me. But I was just like, you know, I ain't got time for this shit. You know? Analog Hype. What's his name? What the fuck is his name? Who Chrome was it?
Chrome? It was Chrome. It was Chrome.
Chrome at some point in time, Chrome started having issues with me. And there was this whole thing that went down when Analog Hype started dissing. They were dissing Hip Hop Gamer or something like that. There's all this shit that was going down.
They were jealous.
I'm just trying to create.
Everybody was. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Torrance. Everybody was jealous of hip hop. I know,
but that's.
And it's just like,
here's the thing. Wait, let me go. Let me finish. So here's how you know the story of hip hop and how hip hop got started with us, right? Mm-hmm. So Candid Anthony, me and Candid Anthony, I forget what we were doing. I can't remember what we were doing that day. I had that old Samsung Windows phone, and he was talking about getting achievements in Assassin's Creed on the Xbox 360. So he says that at the time they didn't have trophies on PlayStation 3, and he was getting all these flags, and he wasn't getting others. He said, "Fuck this shit! I'm gonna get the 360 version." So I recorded this on video and I put it out on YouTube or whatever. Hip Hop saw it and then wrote a rap song dissing Candid Anthony. Right? And I said, who is this dude? He's crazy. I got to meet this dude. So I reached out to him and talked to him because I thought the diss track was hilarious. And then we started the Warzone podcast. That's how the Warzone got started. The Warzone got started because of me and Hip Hop. It was just me and Hip Hop in the beginning. And, you know, things just happen because they happen. I never really tried. Like, back then, I wasn't trying to do anything. I wasn't trying to be a quote-unquote black video game journalist. I was just doing what I love. And unbeknownst to me, that I was a lot of the people that were relating to me were black gamers. Of course, right? but I didn't think anything of it at the time. And then I started meeting all my fans, and like, oh, so I was like, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm black. There's not a lot of us. Duh, right? So all this stuff was going on, and we had all these little circles. So you had the analog hype, and you had us, and you had Dre, and you had more sites popping up, more people popping up through that whole period of time. And all that shit went down with analog hype. Hated Greatness came over from analog hype to our site. And then, Cap and all of them went and created Coalition because of all the shit that they had going down. I knew the stuff that went down, and it was some really foul shit. And I can't remember what it is, but Chrome had heard something I had said about him or whatever and kind of irked him. And ever since that point, he had issues with me. I keep it moving. I kept it fucking moving. I got time for that shit. You know?
I mean, but see, here the thing with me, Torrance, was, and that's why I made sure I tagged there. But the thing about it was, I understood my writing wasn't up to par at the beginning. I'm working 2 jobs. I got my family on my back, because I didn't do everything I need to do in high school. I was depressed. I was an inner city kid, but I was pretty much like Cinderella in the tower because people was dying out here every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real out here in St. Louis. It's not as live as Chicago and New York and Boston and down south or out west, but it's real out here, and it's so real. We're the cheapest city to live in, but we got the highest crime rate. Like, people is killing people, and especially when it's easy for you to move up because the turnover rate. People come here, they get established, and they leave. But people are so downtrodden. So it's like I'm trying to figure out how to make it out. I'm trying to figure out how to build this up because I'm in school. I'm in there for programming, and I'm like, this is gonna take me too long. I need to get something that's gonna get me out of here quicker.
You know what? You cannot rush it. You gotta take your time.
I learned that, but at the same time, it's hard to say that when your mom is having to close her business. Like, it's hard to say that when your family is on your back and you trying to figure out what your next move is. So it's like, I'm in here, I was going as hard. I saw hip hop. I said, oh, that's who I'm trying, not the same way, but I'm bringing that Midwest down south flavor to it. And I just like, and I guess they saw that and they like, oh no, we got hip hop out of here. So we gonna try to hate on hip hop from the side. That's how it felt like to me. Cause I said, yo, I came to you, I came to Swift, I came to Cap. I said, yo, bro, hey, I messed up. Like, I had the little BBW chick who was dating Chris Brown on the low. And she was gonna come on and expose Chris Brown, but then
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I'm like, bro, we finna have like the scoop, like the site.
Oh my god,
the Epic Network finna blow up. Like, it's finna overnight. I say, bro, I understand you don't want to be so. This is just give me this one time. But they went and cut one time. We finna blow the whole. Everything finna blow up. Everything finna take off. You know what I'm saying? Which is funny because they would post people beefing and getting shot and stuff back and forth. So what was this? Both of them is bad, right? Had the chick on deck ready. They went up there and cussed the owl, called a bunch of fat bitches and hoes.
That was funny.
And I'm like, bro, we finna go up.
But JEEZY, you know what? Like, here's the thing. This is what I am. Everybody's biggest critic. Okay, I always was everybody's biggest critic. I've been hip hop's biggest critic for the longest time. I told him to get rid of that belt years ago because it had WWF on it. I said, if you want to have a fucking toy belt around your shoulder, it should be a hip hop gamer belt, not that fucking shit. You can get it for $300 on WWE's website. I said, brand yourself, and he did it. And I said, now it makes sense to have that belt. Okay, so I'm everybody's biggest critic. When hip hop does something wrong, I will let him know. I'll call him. I'll get him. That was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. Like when he rolled up, I think it was Konami, back in 2008 when E3 was like more small business offices, smaller venue. Konami had a business office and all these Japanese businessmen were in there with suits, and he ran up in there in between their meeting and he was like, "What's up? Oh, I love Konami games." I'm like, hip hop, you can't do that, man. But anyway, I'm his biggest critic. You know, I'm your biggest critic. I'm Tony's biggest critic. You know, you know what? I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, but you know, I'm running a website, and when I see certain things, and I'm saying, look, this is like when we always used to say to you, don't put your face so damn close to the goddamn camera. We used to say that. It was funny. We made jokes about it, called it the potato cam, but that was some sound advice I was giving you.
Yeah.
You have to have a sense of humor in this business. When you're hanging out with dudes, you got to have a sense of humor. Now, when all that stuff went down with you guys in the throwdown, I was like, oh my fucking God, what is this? This is crazy. Like, can we just get the work done? And you guys could not you couldn't work it out for whatever reason. But I have been cursed. So I started the War Zone. I always like bringing people on that are interested in creating contact. That's how about you, Dirty Bird, you know, John Saw, you know, you bring a bunch of people on and you see who does the work, you know, and whatnot. And they take off and they do whatever. The problem I had with a lot of people is I would bring them on for a specific task. Dirty Bird, I want you to do tech reviews. JEEZY, I want you to do your mixtape. What does everybody end up doing? They all end up doing, oh, I want to do a podcast. So they go and they say, okay, do your podcast. So they start a podcast. Now the mixtape isn't coming out no more. Now it takes fucking 6 months for Dirty Bird to review a fucking mouse. You know, because everybody wants to do podcasts. Podcast is easy. You just sit here for 2 hours and you talk shit and you turn it off and you upload it on YouTube. Podcasting's easy. It's not even hard. It's hard creating content and writing and make sure things are edited and professional and all that shit. That's hard work. So it always happened to me. Happened every time. I bring somebody on to do something. Next thing I know, they're doing a fucking podcast. Here, I need you to write this podcast. You know? And I'm like, what the fuck? I brought all these people on to create all this other content, and everybody, now we have 50 million podcasts on the site. And then you and Tony and everybody got into an argument over the throwdown, and all that shit blew up. And
see, this is the thing. This is the thing. What you don't know. I told Tony, I said, bro, you kind of got a good flow as a host between, because he knew all the rest of the guy. I say, I'm gonna take a step back. No, JEEZY, I'm gonna do. At the same time, he was the co-editor or the co-editor in chief. So he coming and pulling up to me, calling me at midnight, talking about some. Hey, JEEZY, you need to fix this fucking article and this. I said, hold up, bro.
Wait, let me correct you. Tony was a senior editor. He was a senior editor, and it was his job to make sure, because I offloaded a lot of the shit I was doing to Tony because Tony had more time and he was the beast with that stuff. So when people did stuff and they did it wrong or whatever, he'd have to go in and tell them, hey, you need to fix this or whatever. Yeah, case in point, other dude from New York. This really irritated me. I'll tell you a story. I can't even fucking remember his name. That's how angry he made me. It burned his name out of my mind. So he was doing some stuff for us, and I'll get his name later. I get it from hip hop. He was from New York, pretty cool dude. And he's doing some stuff, and I said, okay, you know, you can do some articles on this or whatever, you know, hip hop or whatever. And I wake up and I go to the website and I see his article, and on the front cover of his picture of the article is Raekwon in a giant table full of fucking marijuana. And I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with video games? And I'm like, dude, you can't be putting this shit on the website. This isn't what I could see if we were High Times or something like that. This is shut the fuck up and play. It's a video game website, and you got a picture of Raekwon with about 6 ounces of fucking marijuana on a table.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Shit. Pulled the article down because it didn't make any fucking sense, right?
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, like, are you trying to be cool? I mean, what do you? I don't get this. Like, I'm cool with weed and everything, but that's not what I'm trying to do with this website. Okay, whatever. So here was the one that fucking made fucking lava come out of my head. I hear from Take-Two Software, that they sent a copy of NBA 2K, I don't know, I think it was 17 or 18. They sent a copy.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what do you mean you already sent a copy? I don't have a copy of this 2K game. Yeah,
Oh.
we sent it to so-and-so in New York. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
So he been playing it and didn't even do the review on it.
He wasn't even a reviewer when he was on the site. He was doing editorials. I didn't bring him on to do game reviews. We have plenty of game reviewers. I'm like, what do you mean? You say, yeah, he called up and he said he was working with you guys and we sent him the 2K game. Thank you. Click. Called him up. Motherfucker, what are you doing getting review copies from these companies in our name? I said, I did not bring you on the site to review games. I did not approve you to review games. And I did not say that you can request video games to review. Where's the fucking review?
Mm-hmm.
What have you been doing? Oh, man, I was going to review, blah, blah, blah. I can send it back. I'm like, no, don't send it back to me. No, I don't want the game. That's it. We're done. Click. Keep it moving. You know about JJ? Jake James Lugo?
Yeah. What happened? Yeah.
So
that's my guy. That's my cat.
So I used to get people used to send me stuff like insiders and shit. Somebody sent me a picture of Microsoft's future project games all over your room wall and all this. It was like a white paper, and they sent it to me. And I didn't even post it on the site. Where did I bring it first? I brought it to my Warzone fans first before I posted it on the site. Okay. I said, here's this, here's that.
I remember this. He went and made a video about it.
Hold on. Don't take my thunder because I got emotions. And so they all listened to the Warzone and I end the show. Good night, everybody. Next thing I know, he's got it on the fucking site he was doing with that other dude. He was doing the site. Him and this other dude were doing a site. He posts what I gave everybody on his site. I didn't care. I'd be fine with you saying blah, 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 Microsoft, this and that. If you put in the article, this is what I heard from Torrance Davis last night on the Warzone. Okay? But it wasn't just that. Then he posted it on N4G.
It blew up.
And it blew up. Not only did it blow up, right? So I had to go to N4G and have them. I had to now post the article, post haste. I had to go to N4G and have them take the credit link away from their site to point to mine. Who contacts me? Who contacts me about this article, Jeezy?
JJ.
Worked for Windows Central at the time. Tom Warren. You know who Tom Warren is, right? He's an editor. He works for The Verge now. He used to work for Windows Central. He used to strictly do Microsoft shit. So when he saw this on N4G and he clicked the link and it went to our site, he's like, let me call this Torrance Davis character and get some more info. So Tom Warren sends me an email asking me about this fucking story. And I'm like, Tom, somebody slid me the information. That's all I got. Because Tom was going to write an article on it. So he wanted more information from me and who my source was. I'm like, I can't give you my source, Tom. Tom Warren contacted me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Not only did I called JJ, I wish I recorded it. I chewed his ass out so fucking hard that there was a hole coming out of his fucking stomach. I cussed him out. In all my years in this business, I have never cussed anybody out as bad as I cussed JJ out for stealing that article. Because JJ was supposed to be like, JJ, you're supposed to be one of our fans. Okay. I let you talk on my show all week. If you're going to take a story or something I talked about on the Warzone, number one, you need to credit me, which you did not do. Number two, you don't take that and put it on N4G so it looks like it was your fucking story. Who the fuck do you think you are, motherfucker? And he's like, you don't have to yell at me, man. I'm like, yeah, I do have to yell at you because you fucked up.
Yep.
You fucked up. You don't do that shit. You saw us get on Kotaku and IGN for stealing shit. You're supposed to be in our circle, and you're stealing shit to put on your new shitty little fucking blog with what's his name? right? And then the guy who ran the blog started getting in his shit and sent me a cease and desist.
Damn. Damn.
And then, but being the person I am, I fucking I was blowing him up on Twitter too. He didn't like it. He didn't like me blowing up on Twitter because everybody could see what was happening, right? I got stories. I was done. I chewed his ass out. I posted the article. I keep it moving. I didn't even hate on him after that. Met him at E3, at PAX East for the first time, shook his hand, hung out with him. You know, I cussed you out. I yelled at you, and you keep it moving. You know, even the dude that was talking shit, the cease and desist, he walked up to me, met him, shook his hand, keep it moving. I ain't got time to be fucking holding a grudge and hating motherfuckers.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Tor. I'm not hating. It's just,
I know. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm not saying I'm not saying you're hating. I'm not saying you're hating. I'm just telling you my story. No, I'm just telling you. This is what I've been trying to tell you for years, Jeezy. I've been trying to give you the gift. You know, that whole shit that went down with you and Tony and all them, so it went down. You keep it fucking moving. And I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up on the show because I was laughing my ass off. And I cussed you out, Jeezy. It was a couple of years ago. You were doing, I think it was a Battlefront video. And you were like yelling at me while you were doing this video. Somebody said, Jeezy's talking about you in this Battlefront video. I'm like, why is he mad at me now?
Because see, what happened was Tony and them want to keep every week. They want to keep sending slick shot every other week. Low to high come in here and say, hey man, Malik is coming. Hip hop then got into it with, hey man, he keeps saying, hey man, y'all need to handle this. Like he just throw his hands up in the air and be like, handle that.
This is what I say to everybody. This is what I gotta say to everybody. You know, people taking shots right now or whatever. Like, Jeezy, I'm telling you for years, you are a funny dude. You need to wear that badge with honor and just keep it moving. You're a funny dude. You crack me up, and I get serious. Like when we met at PAX, I got serious with you. I'm like, look, Jeezy. You know, you got to move it on. You hear what your lazy lady. You're supposed to be having a good time. Don't sweat anything all those dudes say. There's funny shit. People say funny shit about me, Jeezy. And you know what I do? I laugh. I laugh about it.
Torrance, if it was just we don't want to work with G, it was the hate, the vitriol, the threats, the all that. So I
let it get to you. You let it get to you. Sticks and stones, man. Sticks and stones. You got to make your money. You got to get your weight up. You ain't got time for that shit.
And I get that now that I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I look like I brought up the whole Drake and Kanye thing. I can't. I let them hold the L. I lost the battle to win the war. But my thing is this: don't threaten me. Don't bring other people into it. Like, see, this is just this, that, and that's all I was saying. Be a man, and confront me about it. That's all. I'm not saying I'm tripping off.
See, I'm not even saying that. Here's what I'm saying. This is what everybody needs to learn. And hip hop knows this. Hip hop don't waste time with motherfuckers. This is what you gotta do. Fuck y'all. I got things to do. Leave me alone. It doesn't fucking matter. I have my face on the internet and doing the war zone. I used to get shit from people all the fucking time. I get shit. There was always a couple people, couple trolls that I always used to talk shit. Used to talk shit. You know, you got to ignore it. You got to move on. You got to do what you do. Case in point, when you came out with a song recently, you know, and it's funny. We always bring up, what was the song you made years ago? Was it was it for the Throwdown?
Yeah. The unmasked.
You made a song.
It wasn't even done. I just said, "Here go the hook, y'all." I ain't even got to the.
Let me tell you something. Everybody fucking loves that. Okay, they love it. Tony, look, Tony, you play it right now. Tony will still smile about that. Whenever we talk about that, it's like, you know what? That was crazy. So you came out with a song not too long ago, a couple months ago, and you posted it, and I said, "Oh, geez, got a new song." And I clicked it, and I started listening. I immediately lit up. I was like, "Holy shit, this is actually pretty good." Okay. So that's the stuff you need to keep doing. Like after this podcast, I don't ever want to hear you talk about none of that shit that happened to Pass again. Ever again.
Good.
You came out with a new song.
Everybody wanted to hear it, but I was done. I told you, I said, Tony.
I know.
Then we got fans. They try. It's like Gucci and Jeezy. They trying to pick a side if they want to ride with me. So I'm gonna turn this way, and I'm gonna say to them, I'm gonna pretend that's Jeezy over there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, look, if they want to, I'm gonna extend the olive branch because they feel like I was trying to kill their career, like Jeezy sent his homeboy to kill Gucci. If I was standing in the way of the coalition, or what they felt like, we gotta hold Jeezy back because he gonna take off like hip hop doing stupid, like doing down south or doing
okay, let me tell you about that. So here's a problem with black folks, and I'm only gonna speak about the video game industry. Here is the problem with us. The problem with us is jealousy, envy, hate. We're always pulling ourselves down.
That crabs in a barrel mentality.
Crabs in a barrel mentality. Okay. I brought as many people up as I could. I bring people on. Look at what hip hop's doing. Look at what Andrea Renee's doing. Look where Tony is now. Look all the shit John Shaw's done. I bring people up to help them to learn the business and do whatever. I told hip hop years ago, the first time we went to E3, not long after we met, I said, hip hop, next year at E3, you're going to have your own entourage. You'll probably have a cameraman. And he laughed at me. Sure enough, the next year he had a cameraman. He had a group of people with him, a bunch of friends he brought on. He had his own website. That whole crabs in a bucket mentality, it fucks us up every single time. Case in point. And you know this, Jeezy. Shut the fuck up and play. My original plans is to bring a couple people from Coalition, a couple people from Analog Hype, a couple people from Games on Smash. Let's all join together. Keep your websites, but let's all join together. Shut the fuck up and play. Create new content and bring all of our fans, because back then your Alexa ranking made a difference. I said, let's bring all of our fans to this one site. Let's create all this content for this one site, boost our Alexa ranking. Let's start making some money in advertising and do something big. And we had a chat room. We were having meetings. Dudes didn't want to do it. Here's the first complaint from DJ fucking Chrome Dome himself. I don't like you running thing. I don't like you being the head honcho. I'm like, why? I'm like, well, number one, it's my fucking idea. Okay. But it's not like I'm going to be cracking the whip on you guys. I'm just giving you a place to post new content and bring all our fans together so we can make some advertising money and do something big. Bring all the top dogs from our website to one website and pool our resources and grow together. I don't like the fact that you're running things. And I'm like, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go already. Fuck a shit, man. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, I'm like, here we fucking. He didn't see the big picture. So it never happened. It didn't happen the way I wanted it to. Guess what happened shortly after that? Does anybody know what happened shortly after that back in 2012?
What happened?
A bunch of guys from a bunch of websites joined together. Joined together, Brian Crescente, all those motherfuckers, and guess what they did?
Polygon.
They made Polygon.
Yep.
And guess what happened to Polygon? It blew up. They got hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising from Microsoft. They were all the top dogs from all those websites. That's why Crescente left Kotaku and Steven Tortilla went to Kotaku. They all came together and created Polygon. That was my idea before Polygon even did it.
And because of that crabs in the barrel mentality, we could have had this.
And everybody didn't have the mentality, but I think that was what I heard from Chrome Dome.
All you need is one person to start that shit, and then it goes all to hell because, well, this guy he don't want you to be a leader. You need to give me a reason why I think you should, and it's like, here the fuck we go. Now I got to fight damn near everybody in this goddamn department to be the top dog.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
I remember because like I'm part of a group and we were having different fighting game tournaments, right? And like I was like, okay, we're gonna have this whole tournament. Yeah, only 3 of them want to participate. I'm like, there's 6 motherfuckers here. I need this to work. Do not be an asshole to me right now. And it's like they're like, it don't matter. And it's like, you know, I'm like, so and so gonna win. I'm like, all right. I came through, went undefeated in the whole damn thing, beat everybody's ass, and then it was like, we tired of you being champion. I'm like, get good at the fucking game then, okay? Like, dude, like, we want you to include Smash. I'm not including Smash in the fighting game championship category. It's not gonna happen. I gave y'all own fucking division. Yeah. I'm not including it. And it's like, well, you can't challenge for the Smash Brothers champion. I don't fucking want it. I want this one.
Yeah, exactly.
It was always some shit to the point that it's like, eventually when I finally lost the fighting game championship, I'm like, you know what this means now, right? He's like, what? I've been getting real good at Smash. I'm gonna come over here and take your title in a minute. Hey, you know, it's like the only problem is like anytime like I try to get some shit done, it's like, okay, it was like some bullshit here and there. It's like eventually you just say, you know what? Fuck it. Drive on. Fido.
Right.
And see that's where I was at. Is just like even after that all went down, I tried to Tony and what's his name got me blocked still. I went to the throwdown page. Low to high, we're gonna get to that next because we're gonna get to that next, then we're gonna get into the next big target. We need some Wusa after that. Low to high want to know about the PS5, but we're gonna get to that we're gonna get to that next. So it's like I went to everybody with MAXX Global, right? Which was a marketing firm that I had put Steve Cardenas, which was the second. He was the second Red Ranger, right? Yeah. This dude had maybe 7 shows a year. I put him on with Darius. Shout out to Darius. We had fell out similar thing. A dude, it was like just like it was me, you, Dre, all of them in the beginning, and then Tony came along. It was somebody that came in between us. I took a step back and I said, I'm gonna leave because you got this dude. He can zero in. I'm working full time. He was like, KILLZOWN, I want you to stay because I feel like we got a good thing going. Your brand is working. I'm putting the marketing on you. You know, we're gonna start I said, there's this dude. He is trying to box me out. Like, and so sure enough, we fell out. I thought I was gonna have a baby, a whole bunch of stuff, crazy stuff happened. I had lost my AdSense. Like that was when the everything just started falling. I was big boss. I was like, I was raw dogging Tory. I got all this money coming in. I had I went from having like $2,000 in debt to paying that off. I had 5 racks in my pocket, my own crib.
What's a rack? Is it $10, $100, or $1,000?
$1,000. Okay. I had 5 racks on me. I'm running around. I'm hitting Matt up. I'm like, man, let's go. Cause Matt, I used to sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is how yes. I used to take the bus from North County. It took me 2 hours.
Yep.
To get sometimes it'd be $50, sometimes it'd be $20, sometimes it'd be $100. Like I was sitting up grinding every day, working at McDonald's. They was shortening up my shift. The supervisor, she working the one down the road. They had fired her. She had to end up getting back with like a franchise because they fired her from up there because they was writing. Like I went through hell. So still had lost everything, had to start all the way back over again. And so it's like, this is different from Tony, who he sitting there rolling around like Professor X. And I understand. No, I'm just saying because he said he was gonna put a bullet in my head. He was gonna come to St. Louis, and I got the footage over there. The lady KILLZOWN.
Damn well Tony was just talking shit. He wasn't gonna do that.
He was fearing Taurus. He called me at anytime a nigga call you at 12 midnight over an article. He was talking to me and Taurus because he felt like you was finna carry me to the top. Same thing with Swift and them. They felt like this is Hip Hop Gamer 2.0. We got to stop this at all costs. So he asked me about me believing in. That's how we end up talking about talking church on the podcast. I'm like, this is the war zone. Why is Tony bringing up the fact that we had this conversation last night and then he hit you in the chat? I know your chat on TeamSpeak was going off. I can't stand. I'm like, bro, I already said I messed up. And you want to keep going. So, like I said, I got the footage over there in this camera of him. He was talking about when I see you at PAX. He found out I was going to PAX with John from Real Gamer News. I'm going to see you at PAX. I'm going to see you, me and what's the other dude? We going to see you at PAX. Man, that's why I got on.
Wait a minute, Jeezy. Stop. Yeah. You're fucking killing me. But here's one thing you got to know about Tony. Tony's from New York. New Yorkers don't play. Okay, when you piss a New Yorker off, that's what you're gonna get from them. We're gonna see you at PAX. We're gonna see you at PAX.
Look, I got we a whole different breed out here. We don't do.
I got a friend from Pittsburgh. He always going on about I'm from Pittsburgh. I don't play that shit.
Look, if you the whole and then what's his name was saying it got real. It's like. What's his name? Crip from over there. He talking about flying in. Swift was like, I can't believe you, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? And then the other dude, yeah, we coming to PAX 2. We gonna be coming to PAX 2. And Rick's gonna be there, and we gonna jump you. I said, oh, okay, all right, I'll see y'all up there.
Nobody was gonna jump you, Jeezy. None of that shit was gonna happen.
And me, my girl, and all of that. Like, I was like Drake. I'm out here looking for their ass. I'm like on sick. I'm looking for you. And I got the footage of him rolling down the concourse, knocking people over at the Microsoft booth at PAX. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like, bro, I can't beef with nobody in a wheelchair. I can't beef with nobody that's 12,000.
Sure, you can put some steps in front of them.
But the thing is, there was never gonna be a beef. There was never gonna be a fight. See, if somebody threatened, if somebody actually said, well, "I'm coming to PAX, I'm gonna get you, Torrance," right? I'd be like, "Okay, I'll be there." And then that'll be it. And I'll keep it moving. I'm playing games. I forget about it because ain't nobody gonna go to PAX and do that shit. They'll get arrested. I remember. I remember I threatened to slap the shit out of Jim Sterling. Oh, but it was a joke. It was a joke. I said, Sterling. I said, when I see you, I'm gonna slap you. And he says, all right, come on, try it. I saw Jim Sterling at E3. I walked up to him. I said, Jim, I said, when I saw you, I was gonna slap the shit out of you. I said, but I was only joking. What's up, man? And I shook his hand. Let me tell you something about Jim Sterling, okay? I was on now, Jeezy, you know, I'm a big dude, okay? I'm a big fucking dude.
He a big dude too. Or he was.
I saw Jim Sterling in person. I was only messing with him, but I saw him in person. That dude is as wide as a fucking linebacker. Oh, yeah, you see this? You see more of my shoulders? Okay. He's like out here. I was like, holy shit, Sterling's a big motherfucker. Like, what if I wasn't joking? He might have fucked me up. You know? But you can't take those threats seriously, man. And I know this is all past tense and everything. I know this is all past tense and everything.
They was going on Twitter. That's why hip hop, that's why Malik, they on Twitter, they telling journalists.
You know what's crazy? All of us know each other and we've all met each other in real life. None of this stuff should have went down. Like, do you notice how I've never been involved in any of that stuff?
No. But they
like, was even when I cussed you out when you made that video, that Battlefront, I'm like, why is JEEZY fucking getting off? Like, what did I do? What did I do now? Like,
that's the thing. I was expecting you to be the Jay Prince of the situation and shut it all down.
Who's Jay Prince?
Jay Prince is the guy who made Rap a Lot. So
okay. Everybody, you know what everybody wanted me to do? You remember when games on Smash came to the War Zone and we had Hated Greatness was on our side at the time, and Hated Greatness was talking shit about Winton.
Mm-hmm.
And Winton got on and he was fucking pissed, and they started going at it. And then dudes are blaming me for letting it happen. I'm like, wait a minute. We're all fucking grown men here. I can't tell people what to do. Like, I didn't know Hated Greatness was going to talk this shit on the show. I was flabbergasted. I'm like, we're doing a show, we're talking Xbox and PlayStation, and then all this shit. And then they started arguing on the show. I'm like, hold up. Y'all need to take that somewhere else. This ain't what we here for. And I'm like, and you know, Hated Greatness, he would always say some sly shit under his breath and piss motherfuckers off. So Winton was fucking Winton wanted to kill him. And I'm like, and then Blade was like, "Oh, you let this happen. You allow this to happen, Tory." I'm like, "What do you mean I allow this to happen? I didn't even know this shit was gonna happen tonight."
Hey, but see, that's my point. Is that you can't have people like them talk shit to people like me and Winton and people.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Hold on.
You have to learn when somebody talks shit, you talk shit back and you keep moving. The problem with a lot of you, let me tell you something. The problem with a lot of you young cats, especially you, JEEZY, especially like Winton, a lot of you young cats, when somebody talks shit about you, you take it to heart and it becomes your fucking sole purpose in life to deal with that. And I'm just like, even when I was your age, I can't think of a time where I ever gave two fucks if somebody talks shit about me. It just never ever really mattered. It never fucking mattered.
Let me say this: if it was just that, it was cool. But I'm talking about when you DMing, like not game websites. You DMing publications. You telling them, yeah, game websites. Don't work with JEEZY. That's why
they're not even. They don't even have the creds. Like if these dudes are sending DMs to game, which you really can't do, sending DMs to game publications and saying don't work with JEEZY, the first question they're gonna ask is who the fuck are you? Mm-hmm. Right? Who the fuck are you? And who the fuck is JEEZY? And then they're gonna block them.
My issue is that now you got like Tony, he didn't came up, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he's still doing this, right? So I don't know when I enter.
He ain't still doing none of that stuff, man.
Oh, well,
Tony doesn't give a shit about all that stuff.
Oh well, I mean, but why then? If it's supposed to be resolved, like me and him ain't never had a one-on-one.
It's resolved because you all have moved on. Tony works for PC Mag now. He doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. Nobody cares about that. So I'm trying to tell you, you got to move on from it. Like Tony isn't thinking that Tony isn't the kind of guy that's going to go and try to make your life miserable.
Well, that's what it seemed like when you got.
I mean, just so you know,
Malik, when you got hip hop, everybody did. I was minding my. That's why I had made that video because I was minding my own business.
Let me say,
we had dropped.
Tony suffered from the same problem you suffered from. You guys are a lot younger. You got into a beef and you couldn't let it go. Both of y'all had the same problem. And here's the thing: it's like. Malik is associated with us, but Malik's too busy doing his own thing, blowing up.
I know.
He ain't got time for this shit. Hip hop ain't got time for this shit. You can't. And just so you know, because you probably don't know this, John Shaw and Tony don't like each other.
Oh, I know that.
They can't stand each other. But you know what? They keep it moving.
But when I get a DM, when I'm getting DMs from them saying, "Hey, bro." They talking about you over here, and on top of that, they talking to me, telling me not to work with you.
When you get a DM and somebody says, "Yo, they talking about you," you say, "Yeah, so what? What's the big deal?" And you keep it moving.
I look, whenever somebody says some shit about me, I'm like, okay, what did they say?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And the real question is, why the fuck are they comfortable saying that shit in front of you?
Exactly. I mean, but that's why I asked the question. But that's why I'm just saying, like,
I block them instantly. I don't even give them the time of day. Y'all are so different.
I block them.
I don't go back and forth because, like I said, man, unless ain't nobody put their hand. I ain't had a fist fight.
Of course not. It was never gonna happen.
Look. If somebody got my name in their mouth, I'm like, damn. My dick must taste pretty fucking good because it's staying in your mouth.
There you go. I mean, you keep it moving.
I'm cool with it because, like I said, that same year, after I had left everybody alone, and that's when it started. I went to E3. I took all of it in. I just wanted to chill because I had been grinding. I had got a new job. I wasn't trying to go hit the ground. Like I wanted to learn the industry for myself because I was dependent on y'all. That's why I didn't go as press that year. I said, let me go and just see what's going on and ask questions.
Then you did a disservice to yourself.
So, well, no, and in the time I didn't have the credentials either to
you could have got the credentials. You could have contacted me. I could have got you in.
I didn't want to, but see, I didn't want to go that route.
Who gives a shit, man? Either you hustle or you don't.
Okay, well,
that's part of the hustle. So what if your badge says shut the fuck up and play? You're in. You got press credentials.
Yeah.
If I get you in, if I got you in at a shut the fuck up and play, okay, here's the deal. I'll get you in at a shut the fuck up and play, but you got to do interviews for the site or something like that. You do so many interviews for the site, then the rest of the stuff you could do for your site. I would have did that for you.
Mm-hmm. But
it ain't a big deal. It ain't a big deal.
Hey, look, and I'm gonna say it like this: if you still want to do it, if Swift and them is cool, and we could all sit down like as men.
I would love to sit down, but I don't want to talk about the past anymore.
Oh, we're not talking about. But that's
if you're gonna bring everybody in, it's got to be for a purpose. Like,
but yeah, we gotta sit down and
what's up with Stadia?
Yeah,
let's talk about this. You gotta bring some people together as a purpose. Like, you contacted me and I said, yeah, I'll do it because I don't have any issues with you. I think you're a funny dude. You know, I think you still got a lot. I think you still got a lot of growing to do. You know, the same conversation we had at PAX years ago. You know, if you want to do this, you're doing it right now. You got a podcast, you got video, you're some new shit that I ain't never seen before. I ain't never seen this StreamYard shit. Okay, keep doing that stuff. Stop fucking worrying about what Tony's fucking doing and what anybody's saying, and just keep it moving and create content. We got 2 new consoles that just came out. We ain't said shit about PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah, we get to it.
We've been on for an hour and 16 minutes, and we got 2 fucking consoles, man. Let's
go. Look. This is what they wanted to see. So I said I'm gonna talk. That's why I told you. I said, Tory, they want to talk about it. I'm cool.
Let's talk about how this still has these fucking same cheap ass convex fucking thumbsticks from last gen. How can you have the fucking perfect motherfucking next gen controller? This controller is beyond anything that I've ever touched before. It's more next gen than the PS5 and the Xbox Series X itself. This controller is 99% perfect, except for these cheap ass $2 convex fucking thumb pads that they used on a DualShock 4. Yeah. I'm holding this thing and I'm in total amazement, and I'm like, what? Why are my fingers still slipping on these goddamn thumbsticks? And then I grab my Xbox controller. And I'm like, why does it not slip with the Xbox? Oh, concave versus convex. These are the same. Grab your fucking PS4 and look at your thumbsticks. The same motherfucking thumbsticks. Yep. I'm like, you motherfuckers, you cheap out again?
Hey, but that's
$70 controller.
So that's our next topic is like a weekend to the new console. I was having a problem with the broadcasting because
I haven't done it yet.
I've done it and
did it kick you out of the broadcast?
No, but what it has done is I had to reboot my router. It had that error. I lost a lot of videos on PS4 doing that.
On PS4?
Yeah, and then because you had to reboot when you do an update, or you have to, when it does an update, or if you like, I just updated the setup, but we just went to Spectrum, upgraded all the equipment. So it had a DSN error, it had to reboot all of that. Then today I get on, they do a update yesterday, and then all the games updated, and now it's saying, oh, can't broadcast because you enter a block scene. I'm like, what? So every game, I'm like, damn. So and then on Xbox, you can only do Twitch, but unless you have like a new
Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, because they got rid of Mixer.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be Facebook gaming. Like you have to have a whole
they don't have a YouTube app on Xbox yet?
Because you know why though, don't you?
No, why?
Microsoft versus Google.
That's dumb.
Hey, this is why I say, man, we all need to get together because of the hard button issues. Ain't nobody pressing it but hip hop. And it's like hip hop and Malik can only do so much. It's like we all need to get it's like Lord of the Rings. Everybody gotta put they shit to the side so we come together and we start because we're the consumers. You know what I'm saying? And they so deep in with the consumers to where
we need to blow the horns of Gondor.
Yeah, basically, because it's like they so deep in and took so much money from them, where it's like they just gonna send us the game, we keep it 100, and then because and every console is gonna have issues, but I feel, and then you got some of these YouTubers that's out there, they're intentionally messing up the consoles and coming back. Wait, PS5 has this issue. Who puts their console in rest mode mid game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and now that's the biggest thing.
Because of all that, I've been turning my PS5 off. I haven't even been putting it in rest mode.
Yeah,
I'm scared that shit'll happen now.
I cut rest mode all the way out, and I don't. You can't even turn it on rest mode.
Yeah.
And so far with the PS5, I've been having a ball. Let me close this window right quick. It's getting cold.
I'm skipping the PS5 and the Xbox Series X right now. I'm just like, I already know it's already gonna be an issue, so I'm just gonna wait.
Smart man.
Next week,
I wasn't gonna do next gen at all, and then the gamer inside me said, "Torrance, look at that new tech."
I'm like, I just built a new desktop, so I'm good right now. And it's like, well, you doing stuff on PS4 still, you doing stuff on Switch, you're doing stuff with the Atomic Wave games that are coming out for the Dreamcast as of late. So it's like, you know what? We can go over to Dreamcast and finish doing stuff for now and see what we can do. Because I'm about to get King of Fighters 11, the Fist of the North Star game for my Dreamcast. And I'm like, I'm about to be busy. Real busy.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I wanted Tory on the show too, because Tory and SERIZAKU, y'all could link up because y'all do all of the the hardcore collecting, and SERIZAKU be fine. I'm like, how did you get this? Like, damn son, where did you find this?
I have gone on eBay. People do, sometimes they know what they sell and sometimes they don't. I had a copy of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the Sega Saturn, right? I ended up having it for like a whole 2 weeks. Posted it on eBay. Guy bought it from me for $90. Used that $90 to flip it around with another 10 to get Mortal Kombat Trilogy for my Sega Saturn. So now I have Mortal Kombat Trilogy on my Sega Saturn instead of just Ultimate 3. I already got Ultimate 3 on my Sega Genesis. I don't need it again. But Trilogy, I have it on PlayStation, but I gave that copy to my little brother, so he's got that one.
Hey, y'all,
I got the Saturn version.
Everybody Hulk smash the like button, share this. This is like the war zone. The spirit of the war zone is back, and we about to get into it. We're not gonna be here 4 or 5 hours, but we're gonna be here for a little while. I'm having a good time with the consoles tour. Like, I'm even sans the issues, I was blown away. I felt like I was in New York playing Miles. I felt like I was boots on the ground in Call of Duty. Like, I felt like I got shot. I feel the dual sense. I'm like, oh damn, he got shot in the way I felt it. Like, the dual sense makes me feel like, oh, he got shot in the stomach. How is this? I'm holding this controller in my hand. I feel like I got hit in the stomach. Like, I'm like, what the hell? What kind of voodoo magic is this? Like, what is going? And then with Spider-Man, the spider senses, and then it'll if you have the because I got the Pulse 3D headphones, the spider sensor go off, you'll hear it, feel it, and then it'll be like, okay, they over there. Before I even turn Miles around, I'm like, oh my god. So when God of War comes out, which I cannot wait. You know what I'm saying? What up, Charlie? You know what I'm saying? When God of War comes out, when Horizon's out, about to start doing that on PS5 because it got the boost. It's like, man, this right here is crazy. Xbox next week, I'm gonna probably camp out and get it because I gotta do it for the channel. I want to play Halo in 60 frames per second. I'm gonna probably be on Twitch and just bring it over to YouTube. And I'm gonna probably get that Omen laptop so I could do Streamlabs, and I'll have everything. The podcast will go up. We did 4 solid shows in a row we didn't had guests on, like you, the 4th guest that we didn't had on, and it's just been bananas. And the channel's going up, so I gotta feed the streets now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm having a ball, Torrance. What do you think about the Xbox? Because none of us here has played it.
I haven't got my Xbox yet. I refresh every single site, Walmart, Target, GameSlut, Best Buy, every day. I haven't got my Xbox yet. So I can't give you my opinion on it.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about what's your final initial thoughts on the PS5? What you think?
I like, I like it. I think it's cool. I think the Astro pack-in was a good idea. But like I said, the controller has really blown me away. It's just really, it's blown me away. I love this controller, and I'm playing Demon Souls again, and the gameplay is much tighter, much more responsive. I love that stuff. And I'm glad I changed my mind. I'm glad I got I'm getting the next gen because it's going to give me something to go through my backlogs on. The newness, the SSDs, the speed, all that cool shit, and I'm cool with that. Even though I got a beast of a PC. I'll upgrade my PlayStation 4 and my Xbox One into the new consoles, and I'll give the others away for free to somebody who actually can't afford them but wants a game console, and I'll feel good about myself.
How do you feel about the Switch as of right now?
I sold my Switch.
Oh my God!
If that tells you anything.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my Switch, but it's like again. It's the same problem I've had with every Nintendo console since the GameCube.
I'm dying to hear this. Keep going.
Pretty much, you don't have actual Nintendo controllers, you ain't got shit. That's one. Any Nintendo game that you want, you ain't gonna find it for real on sale until that motherfucker cracks like 1 million units. Because okay, it's a player's choice. We gotta take it down to $20. Pretty much, you will never see one of their Nintendo games go down in fucking price. Like, I cannot still get Skyward Sword for anything less than $40 fucking dollars. And that has always been a Nintendo problem.
Right.
Because it's like, I didn't the first Nintendo console I had. First console I had was a Atari 2600. It died. Got a Nintendo. Got shocked in the middle of a fucking thunderstorm.
Ooh.
Had to give it to the insurance company. That's how I got a Sega. And I just I was not fucking with Nintendo up until I got a GameCube. I got a Nintendo 64 a couple years ago, and it's great and all, but again, don't fucking buy. If it's not Nintendo control, don't buy that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
And it's that's always been my problem with Nintendo stuff. It's like, if you don't have actual Nintendo tech for it, don't fucking buy it. It's gonna be an issue. I went through that shit when I had a Wii. I had to buy all actual Nintendo Wii remotes and nunchucks to the point that it's this is fucking expensive, and I couldn't afford to keep doing that for so long. I got 4, and then that was it. It's I could get a backup. I don't have the money to do that right now.
Right.
Because I gotta buy another Wii remote nunchuck. All told, that shit was $80 when it was all said and done.
I need to get me a new nunchuck. I need to get that with I need to get another the 2 Wii. What is it? The Switch remote. What the Joy-Cons? Whatever they call. I gotta get some new.
I only got one Joy-Con, and that's this is kind of bullshit, and it's it costs $60 something. That's a whole fucking game.
$30 on $40 on Black Friday, but okay.
But regular price, 90% of the time throughout the fucking year, it's $60-$70. That's a whole fucking game.
Yeah,
I can buy fucking a whole, that's a whole year subscription of PlayStation Plus right there.
When you the king, man, you set the rule. Nintendo ain't stopping. They just,
so
I don't know how the hell they do it. It's
it's Nintendo.
They can't be stopped.
Nintendo does what they do, so it's you got to accept it, and that's just it. Granted, I have a Switch. I only have 4 fucking games for it right now that I really want. Everybody like, you need to get Smash. Everybody like, you need to get Breath of the Wild. Knock them fucking prices down. Like, I gotta use fucking coupons at GameStop to knock that shit down. Like, I say those for, do I have a Nintendo game right now? All right, fuck it, I'll do it. Knock it down by $30. Because then I can afford to do that without, you know, me feeling like
I got ripped. Yeah.
Did I just get finessed? Like, you know, because like that's always been my problem with Nintendo's games. It's, y'all shit stays high. You almost never want to fucking like, y'all would sell more copies of this shit if you would just like, hey, occasionally do a fucking sale where you knock this down to $20 fucking.
Hey, they need no Brown. They can't knock that price down. It's the Carter, baby.
Yeah,
they ain't finna knock that price down.
I'm like for real, and like, you know, like I love, like, goddamn it, I love the secondary market, like eBay and fucking Amazon to get shit because they'll have fucking sales and just like, hey, this dude has this game. It's only gonna run you like $15. I'm like, this is still infinitely cheaper than me trying to buy most of my Saturn library, and I gotta buy games from Japan.
See, they know, but that's what I'm saying. They know that you're gonna do that, so they're gonna keep the prices high.
Yeah,
and they realize that it's
Nintendo, and you know, I'm used to it.
Yeah, every couple years, a new kid is gonna fall. Like, they getting ready to open up a Mario theme park, whenever this is over with. But I want to ask y'all, we're gonna switch over to the hip hop topic. And we was talking about beef earlier, but Gucci Mane and JEEZY, after 15 years of beef over So Icy, Gucci Mane's JEEZY's cousin dying, and everybody in the hip hop game been trying to like bring them together. Last night they did a versus, and it was action packed. JEEZY lit up Gucci because Gucci was coming in battle mode. JEEZY was just playing the hits. That's another reason why I got rid of JEEZY, because it's already a young JEEZY or JEEZY now. And so, how do y'all feel about that in a time when we done lost so many, you know, young and talented rappers? You know, Torrance, you were, you know, our age or a little bit younger, because I just turned 30. You know, a little bit younger when Tupac and Biggie got killed, and it's every since then it's been murder after murder after. We've been almost 2 decades of every year, and this year it seems like we've
crank
had
up to 11.
Yeah, basically over stupid stuff.
It's always over stupid stuff,
like or hatred. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about them coming together after 15 years, performing like their biggest songs or they B-sides in Gucci's case? But, you know, how do you feel about them coming together, squashing the beef and beginning to have, they not buddy. It's like Jay-Z and Nas when they first squashed their beef. It's gonna start, and then out of nowhere we're gonna get a Gucci and JEEZY song. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna probably go platinum in an hour. But right now they had to like stick a fork in it and just let bygones be bygones.
I didn't even know about it.
It was last night. I had to send it to you because it was.
I don't follow either of those dudes.
Oh,
yeah.
So I feel like you would like JEEZY more because he's more lyrical, and like you see his growth from learning how to rap until now. I feel like Gucci Mane is for you for like the gym, and he put like a greatest hits out to where I think you'll respect him. But just I'm just bringing up the fact that we didn't think this was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't think this was gonna happen. So how do y'all feel about them after a decade? Because 50 Cent and Ja Rule still is wanting to kill each other after 20 years. So
well, I mean, come on, like 50 Cent, his level of pettiness is the highest level.
Yeah.
Like you will have issues with somebody, and then it's like, how petty do I want to be? Do I want to be, you know, 20% petty, 50% petty, or do I just want to go to 50 Cent level of petty, which is the highest fucking level? And like, I'm buying, like, yeah, I bought all the front row seats at your concert just so the motherfuckers be empty. That's ridiculous at that point. Yeah, I'm giving you money, but I'm also letting you know You have no front fucking row at all. Like that's some petty level shit, but it's like also I'm like, y'all need to let that shit go, man. Come on.
Well, I mean, it's different when somebody is. That's kind of where I was trying to explain to Torrance. Like when you have somebody that you generally love and respect, and you kind of look up to, because like Gucci kind of looked up to Jeezy, because Jeezy he did get signed to Def Jam and Bad Boy. He was in a group called Boys in the Hood, and he also had this classic mixtape called Trap or Die. And it's like you coming in as Gucci, you coming in the guy from the other side of town, where nobody really came from, you know what I'm saying? And nobody blew up. And then you come into the game and your first hit, like they want to hijack it. They want to put it on Jeezy's album. Now, it would have been a good move, but at the same time, Jeezy does that a lot, to where Jeezy will get on a song, or Jeezy will like have a song that he's worked with somebody with, and he'll take the song and make the song his. And then that person, you forget about that person. You just come in and take it Jeezy. Like, so that's what Gucci was like. I don't want Jeezy to steal my thunder, and then somebody end up dying about it. So it is kind of like the way he dropped this song called Truth, where he pretty much is gloating on the fact that he killed his cousin, because they kept trying to squash the beef, but Jeezy saw Gucci rising, and Jeezy started kind of falling off. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, when you have somebody that you really truly actually got love for, because you see during the battle, if you go watch it, towards like they both vibe into both of their songs, like they generally are fans of each other, but because they got this bad blood in between them, they can't come together and make history like they know they can. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was a big moment, even though it was orchestrated in that 50 Cent Jay-Z way to make kind of Jeezy look like the more mature person, or feeling like, look, bro, I'm sorry, like this is what we could do. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, Gucci was like, okay, cool. So now this is setting a precedent to show all the other young rappers that it don't have to end in beef. It don't have to end in bloodshed. It don't have to end in diss songs and sneak dissing and everything else like that. So I felt like that's how I felt that it was big. Like this is the equivalent, Torrance, to if Biggie and Tupac lived and they made amends. How big that would be. You know.
Yeah. And I think they would have.
Yeah.
Breezy, how you feel?
It was alright.
All right, so now we going into another video game topic. Recently, it's been a whole bunch of different female centric blogs and podcasts. As this girl, I forget her name. She got into it with Big Shell over at the Fighters Alliance. Shout out to Shell. We tried to get him on this episode with Dre. They both had something to do. Him and this girl have a dialogue, because this girl, I forget her name. I'm not finna even give her no pub because she disrespected Shell's wife. So I told Shell, I said, bro, don't eat. I did the same thing that you said, Tor, is you don't know her, you ain't got ties word. It's not hitting the same. Like, I wouldn't even gas her up because that she's saying this to piss everybody off. Then See the Thing Is podcast, they had Bridget Kelly, I forget the other sister's name, and Mandy B. That's like my pie. I call her Pie Bay. Like I got a crush, I got a hard on, I got everything for this girl, and y'all know it. Anyway, and she reposted me like crazy until she got a boyfriend, but that's not neither here nor there. But my point is, she said on her podcast, like, well, the one lady said, I stopped dating dudes that play video games 10 years ago. I like people who play in the stock market. And then Mandy said, out of 10 dudes that I dealt with that were gamers, they were horrible at it. They were horrible in the sack. The other two ladies, Bridget Kelly, they're like, look, the guys, I was like, my baby daddy was a gamer, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all he did. He was a bum or whatever. Like, so it's like a lot of guys got into their feelings about this. You know, even so more so, like you saying, I get in my feelings toward about stuff.
Yeah.
They got enraged. Shell wrote a whole like a whole paragraph, like a mini article or a hit piece to this chick, and I don't know if she attacked his wife commented, and then she went back and forth. I don't know how it transpired, but anyway, this girl ended up cursing out Shell's wife. So he gets on the podcast to break down brothers making money in gaming, whether it be through content creating, tournaments, sponsorships, what hip hop does, XYZ, right? But my question is, since when did grown men give a damn about a woman's opinion about our hobby or about anything? Because it's like I'm not
grown men.
Look. It's like this. When people say like dudes is gamers and all they do is this and this or that or whatever, I just like, I don't even care.
Here's my thing. Why don't they ask how Ninja's wife feel with that $45 million bag from Mixer?
Yeah.
But they don't know that. And then because it's not
well, that's on them.
And I'm like, my one friend, like, okay, she was not understanding why her husband was like, he playing Madden, like he like all he do is play Madden, and that's all he do. He play that, he play 2K, and it's like, look at it this way. At least he home.
Mm-hmm.
At least he not out in the streets. At least he not out here trying to hook up with different girls, saying I'm doing this, and it's like you come around and you like, oh well, now we got this baby that's here, and it's like look at the bright side. He at home, he's safe, he happy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, I
think they upset about it because dudes was saying, "Oh, you can get a PS5 if you sleep with this girl, or if this girl gonna buy the PS5." Like, I know a girl. Well, I ain't gonna speak on that because she told me that in confidence.
So what, a sugar mama?
But that or that girlfriend, because it's like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is equivalent to, because everybody was saying not 2-3 months ago we all needed to buy these girls Birkin bags, these $10,000 bag. But if we get asked for a $500 PS5 or a Series X, we smoking dope. We live with our mamas. We this, that, and the third. And see, here's the thing about it though. I think because a lot of these women who've dealt with gamers that are hardcore in the games, and a lot of them ain't really hardcore gamers. Just because you play, I ain't gonna take it back. You are a hardcore gamer if you play. Because shout out to my boy PS4 John Gotti. He didn't ran that bag up playing NBA 2K on PS4 and the PS5. I used to be one of them because them the dudes that was out here getting all the girls. But you know what I'm saying, now that I got gamed up, I don't be tripping now. Like I'm zeroed in what we doing. So it's like, you already know, Breeze. Come on now. Like, but anyway, like I said though, I feel like it needs to be a balance, because in my relationships, it's like you have to find somebody, or what I learned is that you have to find somebody that's interested in your hobby. Serizaku, I'm looking at you.
Look, like when I was younger, I remember being in high school. Girls was like, you boring. You don't do nothing. All you do is stay in the house and play video games. I'm happy. I'm getting better at this game. I can beat anybody's ass in it. And you know what? You want this dude that he I already know Joey done fucked, all these girls. He on the football team. All of them cats done ran through all the damn girls. You gonna probably, that's how AIDS get spread. Me, I'm in the house trying to play Tekken fucking 3. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm happy.
Exactly. And it's like you gonna put pussy on me, or you can go holler.
Everybody got AIDS and shit. I'm like, my ass is in the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't getting in no trouble.
That's what it come down to. It's like, I'm not finna get mad at no female about if she say that, because if she ain't busting it down on me, I don't care. Like, if she not busting it down,
I'm like, okay, you mad at a dude that you dated that all he did was play Madden. All right, what you doing right now? Your ass alone? That ain't my fucking
she
problem.
not alone. Her boyfriend name is Energizer. What you talking
about? She got a rechargeable triple set of batteries.
I'm like,
She got
like,
lithium ion. They got hold up. They got the lithium ion charge. But see, that's the thing though.
And here the killer part is, I recently just had a friend from high school. I ain't talked to her ass in like 8 years. Mm-hmm. She came messaging me online and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "What's up?" And she's like, "Hey, I need your help. I mean, I know you was in the games and shit." I'm like, "You still into?" I'm like, "Yeah." What you need? He's like, "Okay, so my husband wants a PS5." I'm like, "What should I get him?" I'm like, "Does he pay for everything on his system, or does he pay for it going to the store to get it?" He go to the store more. Get him the disc drive.
Bro, you nice. I would have sent that bitch to Google.
Man, I would have hung up on him. But no, actually, no.
I'm like, you know what? You need.
Nice.
I'm like, you know what? You need some help. I'm gonna help you, right? Mm-hmm. And she was like, like, how everything going? This and that, da. I'm like, I'm good. Let me hit you back later. I'm trying to play MK11 right now. And she was like, "Is that any good? You think my husband will like?" I'm like, "What game does he play?" "All he plays is Madden and 2K. That's all he need. That's all you need to get him, honey." And she was like, "Really?" Like, yeah. But he likes watching UFC. Get him the UFC game.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, how's everything going? I'm like, "Look, I done told you, I'm in the middle of this thing on MK11. I'm trying to do something. I'll talk to you later."
She's trying to line you up just in case this don't work. That's all that is.
I'm like, so hell no.
But see, hold on, I'm a different mind of that because, like,
I don't have time for that.
Hold up, sir. Hold up, man.
Hang on one sec.
Go ahead.
Is the fire in which we burn, dude. I do not have time to waste it.
But I'm gonna say this though, I don't get mad about chicks coming from the past or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, they can come back from the past. You know what I'm saying? Because because see, look, it's either one or two things I'm gonna do. I'm a caker or I'm a breaker. I'm a nice guy, so I'm a caker. I'm gonna probably end up hitting that. You know what I'm saying? See if it was worth the wait.
Man, you gotta hit them with some.
I'm not, but I'm saying this is what I'm finna show towards how much I didn't grown these last couple of years. I'm finna let them see how gamed up I done got. So I'm gonna break her off something, and she's gonna be my advertisement and go tell all her friends, like, "Yeah, girl, he took me out and did this, and this, and then flipped me over the backboard, punched me through the wall like Mortal Kombat, body slammed me like Zangief on." I'm gonna do all of that. I'm gonna change their whole scenery and make it to the point where they can't stop calling me. Then, hold on. I'm not finished yet.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Now that their world has been changed, now, like, every one of my exes, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, every one of my exes, they still call me, they still check on me, this, that, and the third. I sometimes, if I see them in the inbox or I see them send something or I reach out, see how they do, because I ain't gonna lie, I had a accident tour early this year, a freak accident, and I thought I wasn't gonna make it. I thought it, yeah. I'm ashamed to repeat it. I done told the story about 2-3 times. I'll tell you off air, but I got hurt at work, and it wasn't really a work injury, but it was on me because I ended up wearing the wrong pants that day. Then I went home. I forget it. I'll tell y'all. So I was over my ex-girlfriend's house, right? Her son's over there. She had a kid. He tries to jump on the couch. We having a Star Wars marathon. Like, I didn't took over because, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to put his dad out there like that because she probably watching it, and I don't want him to go back and tell him that how I feel. So anyway.
Yeah.
So my point is, you know what I'm saying? My whole point is this. Like, I embraced him. He ends up jumping on the couch and I move in the wrong direction. You know what happened. So I go to the doctor, they stick me with a needle and everything else like that. And that's when I came to this epiphany tour. Yeah. Because they had to check and make sure I was straight. Now I was a little discomfort, But I'm gonna just say I'm back knocking them out like Drago. Okay, I'm back knocking them out, leaving them dead like Jocko. I'm just gonna let you marinate on
your balls on the couch.
Hey, but we straight though. They
Okay.
had one, like I said, I'm back knocking them out like Drago. If she dies, she dies. Now
you hit her with that you hit it with that PTSD.
Yeah, basically
pretty thick and strong dick. That's all you got to do.
So what I'm saying is this, like,
yeah, I just hit him with the prime time dangling time.
So what I'm saying is this, right? And it's like I can't get in my feelings about it because it's either one or two things. I'm gonna see her, either I'm gonna experience that, or she gonna be the person that goes out and puts me on to her friends and this, that, and third. She's gonna be the person that tells all the, oh, he's a nice guy, girl, but you know this, and this. Maybe you'll like him. She might put me on to her homies. So I don't get mad if chicks deny me, dismiss me, ghost me, whatever, because either they like me or they don't.
Yeah, same thing. It don't bother me anymore. It's like, you know, I like girls used to call me straight like, oh, he boring, he don't do nothing, he stay in the house, he play video games. So I'm like this one girl told this girl this, right? I'm like, let me highlight him, because it's like she had been through too many dudes that was like, yeah, they wasn't up in the house, they was out here cheating on her left and right and shit. And it's like, yeah, I talked to her, because it was like she wanted a dude that basically just kind of wanted to, like, you know, he's stable, he in the house, he go to work, he go to school, you know, he ain't out here doing this shit. And it's like, you know, that's what, you know, it's just like that. They find out, they just like, they give you an opportunity. And like, yeah, I done been with some girls that's like been horrible. Like, I done had a long distance relationship that was horrible.
I remember that.
Wasted 10 fucking months of my life. I had girls, basically, it's like when you single, you're walking through the desert of just a friend to stand. The moment you get a girlfriend, hey, let me talk to you. I'm like, this that bullshit. Like, I couldn't get you to talk to me when I was single. The moment I got a girlfriend, even long distance, and like, you know, yeah, did it end badly? Yeah, but it's like these things happen in life, and you know, like for like a little bit, I was mad about it, and then I just realized, like, wait a minute, what you mad about? You free.
Yep.
You've been locked down for 10 months. Nothing.
Bro, I didn't got so much
girls starting to talk to you. You got confidence, you got swagger. Man, remember, you 6'5". You can do whatever you want. And it's like, holy fuck, yeah, I can. 2-3 days later, bam, done. Like, just
she finna kill. Hold on.
And it's what it was. And, you know, for girls that's like mad that they boyfriend, he play video games or whatever, I'm like, well, he at peace. If that's what he happy doing, let him be happy doing his thing. I mean, it's not like he's saying all girls who shop uncontrollably is a fucking problem. No. This man just enjoying his hobby. You want to go shopping for, you know, outfits that you look good in or whatever, go right the fuck ahead. And I'm like, I will tell any girl that. It's like, you do what you do, he does what he do. At least you know where he gonna be at. He gonna be in the house, he gonna be playing with his boys on the game, and you know he ain't finna be over there with no other female.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this too.
You gotta use 2 hands on the controller.
You can't, you and 2 eyes too, and your ears and everything else. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. I've been so locked in. You know, Torrance, like I've been so locked in to the point that it's been women that been getting down with the campaign and they know who they are, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like they know who they are and they, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put all our business out here on Front Street or whatever. Like they know who they are, right. They know they rock with me and everything else like that. They support this. And it's just like, and I made amends with pretty much like all of my exes, because that was when I thought I was finna die. But I mean, if it's a good feeling. I didn't I didn't let the stuff that happened in the city, because the same thing that happened on the websites happened in the city. But I was glad that it happened because it got me out of the way faster than it did on the websites. And then, of course, we had the issue here on the podcast. We had to stop our re-roll out because me and John, and I love John, if you're watching this, I love you. All you gotta do is come back, man, and make it right. Like, we ain't gonna say what he did or whatever, but like, he put me on to a lot of stuff and helped me with a lot of stuff. And but what he did with me, Zerzaku, Breezy, I forgot who else was on her, was just inexcusable. And it's just like, we'll work that out when we work that out. But for us to move forward and keep working together. But it was just like, it was so much that I learned. And in that moment that I had that accident, and then having put everything in that last relationship, and having to like restart, having to like come home, and having to like really face the music. Like I said, I've been trying to make it. Like, when it hit, everything hit different, Torrance, when like you come from you come from hard working people, but it's like, we ain't rich like that, and your dad is rich. You know what I'm saying? It's different when your dad is like, I ain't gonna say a deadbeat, but he's absentee and he really ain't got nothing going on. Right. But when your dad is moving and shaking in a force here in this city, and you everywhere you go, people is like, hey, that's you know what I'm saying? You gotta wear that. And then you gotta defend your family honor, you gotta respect him, you know what I'm saying, and respect the situation. So it is different. So as far as like, I was trying to be the quote unquote nice guy, and Serizaku was kind of raised the same way because he came from a 2-parent household, but we was kind of raised to be gentlemen in a room full of so it's just like, we dealing with women, and we wasn't taught. We had these things that we had to learn. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I had to learn to ask for what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I learned that not every chick that you meet that you gonna hit. Like, it's chicks that, like, I even on that side in the this feminism, free love, OnlyFans, but like, I be trying to bridge the gap. I be trying to help them with their marketing. I help like Charlie. He's a Christian artist. Like, he's a dope MC. Like, if you want old school, now you gonna learn about Christ, Torrance. And I know that you are agnostic, but I feel like maybe you might get saved. Listen to him, because he that dope. He remind me of like Rakim, Raekwon, all of the people that you like. But I'm just saying, he's that Charlie. Like, everything that we did, you know what I'm saying? Everything that we did, like, we tried to do on the coalition, Big Bad, all of that. I do that here on this channel. We got young boy, Cryro Boy. He's a young dude, but everything that we talk about, a lot of stuff that he knows at his age, and he's from he's down south. You know what I'm saying? I brought Breezy out of retirement. Breezy was taking care of his business, trying to work on his game and stuff, and he still comes back from time to time. I told him, yo, Torrance gonna be here. This gonna be one of them ones. Get on in here. Like, everybody been wanting. Like I said, I'm over it. I'm done with it. And when it comes to life, I look at it a whole different. Like, I feel like all the way different. Like, I feel like God has really, really blessed me to start back over. And now I feel like I feel like if we had made it, everything had worked. If everything on the websites had worked, everything here in the city worked, everything as an artist worked, I would have messed that up a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Everything happens for a reason, man. Like
exactly.
Sometimes in life, you got to take an L, and it's to show you something. Like, I've had to take setbacks here and there, just in personal life, school, work. Like, I remember when I was going around, having like 3 job interviews a day, sometimes even more. I was printing out my resume like 6-7 different times. Like, let me try to get these jobs. And I was kind of like, man, why aren't these people hiring me? I got the skills and everything. And maybe I just wasn't where I needed to be right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my current job, and it's like, I remember like being 3 weeks into the job, about to get my check on Friday. I'm on lunch. Costco calls me, about to hire me for an assistant manager position. I was straight pissed. Like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. You gonna call me now? And it's like, no, I can't take it because it's like, I'm not the type of person to like get another job like right now and like, oh, I'm straight quitting this motherfucker. No, I'm not doing that. That just reflects badly on you. So I don't do that. And
Everybody,
I hang up the phone on that one.
Go ahead, sir. I was just saying, everybody hit that Hulk smash that like button. Let's make it 5 for 5. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that happened. And like not even like 2 minutes after I got off their call, GameStop called me. Dollar Tree. All these fucking places that they said they were gonna call me. They eventually did. Problem is I couldn't take it now. It's like, damn it, I can't come back to this job. It's like, can't go over here. Like, nah, you where you need to be, because it's like this place was here for you when none of these places was talking to you. So it's like you at the right place at the right time where you need to be. And sometimes I had to get told no. And I respect the people that told me no, because it's like, hey, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's what it is. I had some place that was like, maybe.
And to rope it back around till we move to the next topic, because we're gonna probably
it's just sometimes in life.
I'd just like to remind you guys that in Boston right now it's 11 a.m.
Oh shit! Yeah. But I'm like, in life, sometimes you gotta take an L to show you like, hey, this didn't work. Let's try this now.
So with life, with women, and we're not gonna go back and forth with them. I want to ask Tory about these two. I guess we could say the CAPCOM leaks and Meg Thee Stallion and all that. But I want to ask him about Wonder Woman. How do you feel about Wonder Woman coming to theaters and HBO Max for Christmas?
Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Yeah. I called it. I knew it was gonna happen, and Marvel's gonna have to do the same thing with Black Widow.
They need to.
Yeah,
they need to.
Because it's like you can't delay this like no more. It's like y'all need content to like drive up these subscription counts for these services. And I said this a couple months ago, and my friend and his wife, they were like, no way, it's not gonna happen. I kept saying it's going to happen because this has to. Right. HBO Max needed that that strong arm to like get people in there, and like Wonder Woman 1984 is gonna do it. Because
and it's not good too.
And it's like, well, what does Disney Plus have? They have Soul, which is done on Pixar. It's gonna be a good movie, but people would rather have Black Widow out right now on Disney Plus. And then for just this year, they're not getting any Marvel movie at all. No more property. We ain't get Winter Soldier and Falcon. We ain't get WandaVision this year. Oh, we ain't got none of that. And it's like, yeah, Disney Plus, you need a shot in the arm. You need something that's like outside of Mando. If it was not for the fact that Mandalorian was on right now, I probably would cut Disney Plus off.
Or the Christmas special that just dropped. The Lego Christmas special.
Yeah, that was good.
Tory, you gotta watch that, bro.
It was good.
My God.
But like, without those, it's like Disney, you gotta do something. It's like, because people only gonna stick around so long for the same stuff. It's like Netflix is always trying to do something different, and I'll give them that. But over here with this, like, Pixar Soul is not gonna drive up them numbers the way Black Widow would.
I think they're getting ready to do it because WandaVision is gonna drop in January. They already dropped the news that they're gonna shoot Black Panther 2. Shang-Chi just wrapped. Winter Soldier and the Falcon is getting ready to wrap. So they're getting ready to just go ahead and start dropping it on Disney.
And it's like, because we know Wonder Woman is that's gonna drive up them numbers on Christmas Day of all days too. People already at home already, but you tell them we getting a big blockbuster movie in Wonder Woman,
it's probably gonna crash.
Like you can already see it. Like I tried to get a copy of New Mutants on DVD. Shit, what store got it? Like I called V Stock. They was like, nope, we don't have none right now.
Target got a game buster of them on Lindbergh,
and it's like it's gonna have people going to get it because it's like one, there's not many movies that's out right now, and most people not really finna risk going to the theater and getting sick. I can get the movie for like what, $20,
30 if you get 4K.
Run by Walmart, Dollar Tree, get a whole bunch of zooms and whams, and I can straight up have me a whole motherfucking movie theater in the damn house. Now that being said, if people trying to limit their risks, and I get it, because like me, honestly, I'm not going to the motherfucking theater to see anything. I'm like almost everything I want is like coming out digitally. At this point, like Disney just needs to go ahead and here's the best. Just put out Black Widow, get them numbers up. Like just put Black Widow out on fucking like New Year's Eve of all fucking days.
Make it. I'll pay the $30 to watch it on Disney.
Yeah, like for real, because it's like, come on, y'all need to do something. Like y'all don't have shit. It's like Pixar Soul is you'll get people to watch it once or twice, but Black Widow, you'll get people to watch that shit like clockwork
over and over and over again. How do you feel about Torrance about Godfather CODA, the death of Michael Coleone, the original vision for Godfather 3?
I feel it's too late for that right now, and the whole generation has passed, and nobody cares.
I do. I'm about to buy the original box set. And then I'm gonna buy that, and I'm about to just sit here and I'm gonna watch all 3 of them, and then I'm gonna watch the CODA and I'm gonna see how it stacks up. I'm gonna show you. Where is it at? It's better be right here. Where is it at? Oh, here it is right here. I got a backwards compatible PS3. That's how much I was on the roll. I came back from E3. Got a backwards compatible PS3, broke Mortal Kombat here and took over N4G, and then found this for shout out to R City. Rest in peace to R City. They had to close because of the quarantine. But yeah, look at this. Like
that's cool and all, but I mean, yeah, if you're a diehard fan, I guess, But I heard the news about it the other day, and honestly, it's here nor there for me. I'm not a huge fan of The Godfather. I've seen him. I didn't even realize how shitty Godfather 3 was when I saw it.
But hold on. I saw the holes in the crack. I said, this can't be the movie. And I feel like Justice League, the Snyder Cut, kind of opened up the door for older and newer movies to get recut. And movies that may not have seen the light of day to come out.
Right.
Because we want to see it. Like, Snyder Cut, and I think that's why they brought Ben Affleck back and old boy Ezra back for the Flash, because they're getting ready to rebirth the DCEU on HBO Max. And then they're going to make the multiverse. And so Joker and the new Batman, which is also, I know you've seen that.
Yeah.
The dude's arm and kept punching him. But anyway, like they're getting ready to make the multiverse, and they trying to one up Marvel on the back end because they got the multiverse coming too. So, and we getting a Static Shock TV show from Michael B. Jordan. So, like,
my thing is this. This is like, I'm happy that they're doing this with certain movies, but it's like also like, all right, there's some movies I can kind of say like, yeah, that don't need a recut. Like, don't redo that movie. I wouldn't do that if I was you. Some people like, well, they need to recut Waterworld. No, leave it alone. That movie was fine.
Yeah, Waterworld was great.
And it's like, I actually watched Heaven's Gate. I'm like, this motherfucker was long. Like, the only reason that this movie went over budget is because this dude, director Michael Cimino, he drank his own Kool-Aid after he won for the Deer Hunter. And they basically threw whatever amount of money that he was going to do. He made the Deer Hunter. That made fucking gangbusters of money. He won all these awards and whatever. Give him whatever he wants. And he kind of, even he had to admit in later years, like, yeah, I kind of drank my own, I believe my own hype on that shit. And then it's like, like apparently like one day like on set, like he ain't even like do no filming. He said he wouldn't film until a cloud he like flew by. They straight didn't do no work for a whole 24 ass hours. But like I saw the recut of that movie, and it's like this is an infinitely better movie. Like if y'all had just like did that the first time, it would have been fine. But like for some movies, it's honest like it can be kind of too late. So I'm like, maybe this will work. Like I had to see the finished product before I could say, all right, it was good. It was worth the recut. And then some movies I'm like flat out like no.
Yeah, kind of hold it down. But yeah, man. I'm just gonna go ahead on and say this, man, because we'll get to the Capcom leaks and all that later.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I think we had an epic show. I feel like like just so y'all know, me and T is good. That's my guy. I'm gonna send you my number. I promise you I won't call you late at night to get on the game no more.
Oh my god.
Because you
Dude.
Because you wait a minute. I think you was asleep and you probably sleepwalking and you sent me an invite. I sent you an invite to play Halo.
Man, I was in the bed sleeping with my woman. And you called. I'm like, what the fuck is JEEZY calling this early in the morning for?
I saw you on Halo, and I was like,
no, dude, I wasn't on anything. I may have been on Halo earlier.
I think it might have been because if Tev was still there at the house, he probably was playing it on the Xbox. And you know, when you log in before you switch it over to your account, if you launch the game, that's probably what happened.
Nope. He has his own account and his own Xbox.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
I was like, fuck.
I was telling you, T. I saw
he's gonna give me trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all you gotta do is hand the phone over, be like, hey, I'll be like, oh, excuse me, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Cause hey, but you know, everybody, we good, and if everybody else over on the other side or whatever, like I'm extending the olive branch, I'm being the JEEZY. If y'all want it, well, I'm Gucci really, but I'm gonna be both. And I'm just saying, I feel like we could get together and really, you know, take this thing by storm. But we still running it up over here, man. I got to shout out to Breezy for holding it down, keeping it 100. Serizaku, that's my brother. Breezy, that's my brother. Like when I tell you, Torrance, I was this close. If it wasn't for Serizaku, if it wasn't for my boy Logan, if it wasn't for my boy Mike Schultz. That I just bought a box. I just bought a box 2 months ago and sold. I pulled the money card and sold it for $200, and I still got the rest of the cards over here. Like if it wasn't for these three guys, and if it wasn't for Breezy, I probably would have stopped doing this a long time ago. And if it wasn't for like you and Darius and like you know Dre and everybody been kind of teaching me and coaching me and stuff like that, and kind of pushing me to go forward, I probably would have stopped this. And then, you know, it just kind of life happened and I had no other choice. Like I'm working, praise God. I want to go out and I was supposed to have been like working and spending a lot of money on DJ equipment, doing more music. It's more music coming, but I'm gonna wait until quarantine. I might put some of it out, but I really want to kind of wait because I want to be able to hit the ground running. I got places I could DJ at. But, you know, with everything opening and closing, it's like you can't get in the streets for real to push the music because the music got to be in the streets first and online. And, you know, the marketing and everything I was going to do with theirs, all that's kind of slowed down. So now I was like, you know what? I need to finish what I started, get remonetized and stay monetized on YouTube. And then next week, like I said, I'm going to get the Series X. Hopefully I can run across the street, go to, if you buy a Google Pixel 3 with AT&T or Verizon, they give you a $550 gift card. I'm going to take that, get the Omen PC so I can start streaming, you know, Switch games, Steam, finally crack that Steam library open that I got that's huge. And just keep going from there. And I'm, you know, making vlogs. We got the podcast. And hopefully next week, if not, I'm gonna try to see if I can download the service that I'm gonna get, because they got a client that you got to put everything in and just start uploading. We got a new Instagram, y'all. Twitter and YouTube is locked in. I just got to start creating and putting everything together. At Beats and Bits and Beats and Bits podcast. On IG, I posted up a couple things on there, but y'all look out for the clips page, and once we get that page rocking and that page rolling, we're gonna start we're gonna move the broadcast over there, and y'all will still probably see me go live and do stuff like that. Like when they do the next big verses, we'll have it live and we'll be reacting and doing all that stuff. And and maybe still simulcast it on here. I'll just log into this page and just simulcast it for everybody over here and be like, hey, go subscribe to that. So it's a lot of stuff that I got working on. I'm working on, Torrance. And like I said, if the guys, if they want to come to the table, cool. That's great. I would love to see us all get together and make
it happen.
But if not, I'm gonna still make it happen. We're gonna pretty much. We got, the podcast. I'm chopping up the bag with Breezy and Serizaku, whatever I bring in. I got a My Squad playlist. Shout out to Charlie. He's on it. Cryro Boy, Abigail, Asab, Random. All these guys are Random isn't a content creator. He's in the UK, but he's a heavy supporter. But everybody else is a content creator. We got a playlist with that. I'm gonna put maybe some of the old War Zones on the My Squad. I got affiliates on there. Shout out to Young Link. So you know what I'm saying? We really moving now, man. My goal is before quarantine is over and I had to work full time, that I'm making my base salary or more off of this. So I really want to make that jump. I was doing my unboxing and I seen hip hop and Red Infamy do their PS5 unboxing at the same time. And I was like, dang, this is like, it's really happening. It's really lining up. And so I appreciate you, Taurus, for coming out. Breezy, I appreciate you. I know you've been, yeah, man. Breezy, I appreciate you coming out, off the bench.
No problem.
You know what I'm saying? Serizaku, you my man. I appreciate you. And we're going to let Tor go to sleep. I'm finna go see if I can get into some trouble. No, not for real. But anyway, I'm probably gonna see if I can stream now on PS5 or whatever later. I'm gonna give this a little time to upload and see if I can get back on there. Otherwise, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah. It does. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna see y'all online. Everybody, shout out to everybody, man. Make sure y'all follow us up, Beats and Bits podcast on IG, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. It's coming soon. We got it all locked in. The Facebook page is still there. The group is still there too. We got to get that back rocking. But shout out to Torrance once again. Y'all can check him out over on Twitter and over at the Coalition. Shout out to them guys or whatever. Like I said, it's all love. It's all water under the bridge. If y'all want to work, we can work together and take down Sauron, or we gonna keep fighting against over the ring, whichever one y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk away though. I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna be Gandalf roaming the hills looking for the hobbits. If y'all,
I'm gonna get wasted with the elves because some of them were kind of hot. So
yeah. So it's Beats and Bits podcast, y'all. Big KILLZOWN on your phone, and my money still long, and the team is forever, ever, ever strong. We got Serizaku, Breezy, our special guest Tory Davis. And hey, Tor, you got to Batman everybody up to get us out of here, man. What one good time from your soul? You got to do it.
Batman, motherfucker.